So this is a game between Bergshrund and Nhien. This is a one stone handicap game. So I'll still treat it somewhat like a equal game. So let's start. This seems early. It is doable, but I would suggest not to do this so early on. Take a look first. What's the plan? Let black play on this side first. In the situation that like here into something like this is happening, then maybe you can try and see, oh, maybe now this might be a good idea to try and break up the area, right? You don't want to immediately play the move because it's more of a probing move, and probing moves are best left for when the board is slightly on a more decided level, where you are like, okay, now I want to probe here so that I can try and play something here, because I have this, so I can reduce this black's influence, and that's the whole point. This is a bit too early, which gives black a really huge corner, and I feel like you are in not the best spot. And a move like this by black, even though you can, kind of surround black in this manner, can prevent you from being able to do as much damage as you think you want to. This is fine. It's all good. Here, think about this as black. Pincering seems normal. You don't have to immediately attack, because if white does this, is it really bad? We have to think about what is the major issue between the groups, right? This group being strong near your strong group, does it change a lot? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But again, this move is in Gote, so you have to remember that if your opponent fixes themselves in Gote, it's not going to be bad for you. They're just playing the best move for them, right? Where you can maybe take a look at what is weak, right? If this has to run out, if they play this, then you can even try and invade over here. If they kick, you can make a base over here. If this tries to make a base, you can even try to get this to run out. And if this runs out, you can slowly run out, and then you slowly start to create problems for this group in its own way, right? So you have to kind of wait for the timing. The timing is hard to tell, but it's always best to focus on what's weakest first. Follow the weakest group until it's your group, and then fix your group, and then let your opponent decide what they want to do. If what they do is not big enough and you feel like you don't have a weak group, your opponent doesn't have a weak group, just focus on what is big, what's gonna get you a huge area for you to make points, right? There's always urgent moves and then big moves. So this kind of move, quite interesting. Yeah, I feel like this is unnecessary. I might play something like this because I can see what white's idea here is, right? If I do this into this, right, if white wants to decidedly try to make some moyo, not going to work, because I just have stones here, and I don't think you can kill these 3 stones. It's a very tough situation to be able to kill these stones. So yeah, this is too strong, right? You have to notice the strength of your shape. This is very, very solid. It doesn't have much weakness. You have to notice that. You can take damage. So yeah, this is good by white. Okay, you finally played this. That's good. Here I might still play this one first, or maybe play this to make the attack even stronger, where then when you play something like this, you're kind of capping it from a bit far, where now white needs to run this way, and then you also run this way, and then white decides to try make some shape. You can play something like this. if they try to maybe connect, you can say, oh, I'm gonna disconnect you. I feel like I can fight this. Here is gonna be tough situation because this is a white wall, so we might not want to do this. So you can even think about playing something like this first, because you can see that maybe you added quite a bit of investment. So are you scared for this? Then maybe you can take a look and think, oh, how much damage is it really gonna be? Maybe I can just take whatever damage this is, because I can read out that this white stone will never live. So if this group is strong, I need to make this strong so that I can continue to make whatever this was as small as possible. Okay, yeah, this is way too small. If you do want to do something, why not think of something like this? If I think this would take one more move. Okay, let's see. Let's say white plays a move like this to make a moil. I think one more move and this is dead. There's no way for white to be able to escape, because you can very, very easily just make a shape like this, and if white decides to cut you, you can try and take a look. Are you really in danger? No. So again, focus on the right things, right? Here most likely I would have just either played this, like what is white gonna do? If white does this into this, is the cut going to work? So you have to read out the cut, right? In this situation, do you have enough liberties? Maybe not. Then just play the simple move. Let white have this, because in this situation, this is only a reduction for the corner. This does nothing major for your group because you have a way out for now, right? Anything like this, even though makes this not a real eye, a peep like this could be nice, right? And then a surround like this will force white to run, where then you can even try to maybe lean on this group if you want, and then try run out this way. Say you can now take damage in this manner, right? So white will need to run out this way, then you run out this way, and then you can continue to jump out if you feel like this cut does not do anything for you, right? It's all about reading into the ideas of how strong and weak your groups are. So I think white is alive in this area. You can test and see based on doing this, right? There's no way for white to not live, and this just also does not work. So that's a good tanuki. This would just be better this way. I'm not sure why you would defend in this manner, because adding more problems to your shape is never good. Good surround. Way too unnecessary. Let's jump out, right? We have to take a look at this, right? Are we in full detrimental danger at this point of being cut? What if we can play something like this into like this? Maybe you're really afraid of being cut. Then maybe you can play even something much more further in this manner. Just doing this directly, it just makes your group really, really way too strong in a very local area. If you want to do this, right, then you will only have like one way to jump out, or white might choose to make you run in this manner, right, where you might try to lean on this group, and then you might see if you want to fight about this situation, if you can, but it's more of a decision for you whether you want to fight or not. But yeah, this is way too small. Yeah, again, the people not work in the best manner here, but you can try and take a look. Does this move work completely? You can try. Can I cut this? If I cut this way, if this blocks, can I run this out? No, I can't. So you can try and see, okay, this is why this move is fine for me, for my opponent. Especially when you're playing handicap games, even if it's one stone handicap and you feel like your opponent is stronger than you, you have to try and notice, like, what can they see that you can't. So you have to notice, like, if they defend like this and not like the normal way, what was the reason? You have to be able to notice these things to be able to know why playing this peep is pointless. Why maybe playing this would have been better, right? Maybe the cut here works. Maybe if my opponent can do something like this, wait, it doesn't work anymore. So that's the whole point and idea. I feel like these are too small. If you wanted to extend out would be this. Remember, you added stones here, right? You're not so scared of these two stones because they have like two ways of living, here or here. So even if you're split, you're still gonna be fine. So you wanna play a more harsh move. So go and try and add more pressure to your opponent, right? This is too deep. Yeah, you can see you got cut off. Remember the sector line here. Maybe this would be better. Maybe try and see, does this work for you or for your opponent? Oh, maybe if white cuts this off, I can't do anything about it. If white pushes me this way, I might have to run. Can I get cut? You know? Oh wait, what's happening? White is not able to just easily cut me into pieces because white also has some problems in the area. You know, like all of these decisions have to be made based on how deep you can go, and you can try and see, you can sacrifice certain points. If you play this way and this happens, this makes the group much easier for it to, you know, push around. And you can always like push against your opponent's strength. All these stones placed can be pressed upon. A knight's move is not directly connected. A knight's move can be cut, but you have to notice, like, this cut, does it work immediately? Yes or no? I might think it works for now, but white can simply connect this. Maybe you play a preparatory move first and then you continue forward. So yeah, you got cut off there. Okay, you're trying to make eyes. If you did really want eyes, wouldn't you want to make it just at the corner where it's simple? If you want to run the group out, you should just run the group out. Just, if you want to press against this, just press against this. You want to cut, just cut. If you want to try move around like this, you know, just do it. Don't try to make one eye over at a point, because it's not going to be the best solution. So like you can see, like, okay, maybe I press around here. If this cut is here, what happens in a situation like this, right? Oh, now white can connect and my groups are split. So all of this is very much reading on the basis of what group is strong, what group is weak, which is why any move over here to run this group out would have been very good, right? Maybe you do get split, but you can try and take a look at what is the idea behind each thing. Can you willingly sacrifice these two stones? Or maybe if this is the way that it's going to be split, can you connect underneath this way, right? If there's a cut like this, does this work for white? I don't think it does. You can't immediately separate. So I wouldn't be too much in danger. Then I can try and read things out and then just run, because there's a lot of empty space here, and pushing yourself out into empty space is always going to be good. So I think I can see what happens in this game is that you forgot to focus on the right parts of the groups, and in that situation you kind of just started to give white this really big moyo. That was not reasonable to give. So yeah, that living and white just having this humongous area is just not good. This was completely unreasonable to give. You need to know that as for black in this game, I would tell you, you need to know how strong your groups are, and you need, if you can't be able to just say, oh, you know, I know what's the weakness, what's the strength, how to keep it connected, then try to have a level of trust. Some of the shapes will work out in the way that they should, just on the basis of them being strong shapes. It's very trustworthy. You just need to be like, okay, I'm always told I need to make this extension. My opponent approached me here, I see a lot of stronger players play something like this, so I'm thinking it's still connected, right? If I get punished for it, then I'll be able to see what was the mistake, because if as you saw, I was still able to connect my stones, and that was on the sole basis of me understanding how the shape cannot be easily disconnected, because a lot of white's weaknesses continue to persist on. So me running in that situation from the left group would have been fine, which is where this whole white area would not have appeared. White's area would have been way smaller, and then I could have even reduced something over here, and the game would have been slightly more equal compared to the difference in points, which is, I don't think, a lot, right? All you had to do was to win this game as black was try and make it out around here and just prevent maybe even just this area, just a small area, and you would have won the game, because the point difference is so small. It's so tiny, because white, this stones died, right? This is very, very small to live, right? The center is something we should never give very easily. It's very easy to destroy. So as for black, I would just always try to focus on that, and for white, I would try to learn to focus on not rushing moves. Do not play these kinds of moves here immediately, as any probing move is. Probing moves are meant to be waited upon until you're about to end openings, and then you can play probing moves to just like get some stones out there here and there. Probing moves are not josekis, so unless you were planning on making any move like this later on, which is a very reasonable approach, you kind of want to wait, because again, you're playing on the side, corners are not done, so why worry about anything on the side, right? Always focus. It's the same thing all over again, corner, side, center.